Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, sharpshooters. My name is Deadshot, and today we are back again with part 2 of my 6-part series, Secrets to Survivability. This week we're going to be talking about shield gating and how shield gating works and kind of how your shield works in Warframe in general. So if you weren't already aware, your shield can take an infinite amount of damage as long as it's full. As long as you have a full shield or over shields, you can take an infinite amount of damage. It doesn't matter if it's 10,000, doesn't matter if it's 100. It'll break your shield and it will not go into your health on the first shield break on a full shield. The second time, as your shield's recharging, if you get hit then, you will get one shot into your health because you have not activated the shield gates. So the whole point of this playstyle is to make your shield as small as possible, to make that window as small as possible, and require as little effort to recharge that shield as possible. So we'll do this with one of two ways. Either A, you can put on the Decaying Dragon shield. The Decaying Dragon key. This was the old method of being able to drop our shields before we got the addition of catalyzing shields, giving us that 1.3 seconds of full shield gate immunity and that 20% of our max shield capacity, right? So this will drop our shield capacity and give us a little bit more shield gate duration, which is lovely, but we're still going to combine that with rolling guard to then give ourselves an extra 3 seconds and be able to remove the status effects from ourselves. Because just because your shield breaks and you get that invulnerability does not mean that any status effects that were on you before that shield break go away, or that they don't build up in that small time frame. So then you'll use rolling guard, get rid of whatever status effect you have on you, especially status effects like toxin. Toxin, super deadly to warframes. We all know this one very well and very in depth. So rolling guard is super invulnerable, or super invaluable in this build because of the fact that it gets rid of that toxic status effect. Now, the other part of the point of this kind of build is you are always going to be using Blind Rage anytime you are doing a shield gate build. Why? Because you get that minus 55% ability efficiency, making your abilities cost 55% more. This is going to be used in combination with Brief Respite and the Augur mod set to give us more shields when we cast those abilities. Right, so when I cast my first, it's going to give me close to 80 shields whenever I cast it, because it's a 38 or 39 drain. When I have Blind Rage on, that 39 drain then gets multiplied by the 190% that I get between Brief Respite and Augur Message, and it'll convert that into my shields, and anything that goes into the over shields is coming from Augur Message directly, so it's only at about a 40% rate, which isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst either. It'll still work. It still gives us the opportunity to build over shields, and it still gives us the opportunity to bring back our shields from when it breaks. Now, we're going to give a quick little rundown of how this looks. I probably will die doing this because it sucks, and you're going to be... Normally, you would not be in a room this tight with this many thsi, so just bear that in mind when I do this. Normally you're surrounded by a bunch of smaller enemies which do a lot less damage and have a lot less AoE, but we're going to test this against 20 corrupted heavy gunner thsi with steel path scaling on at level 230 with the AI on, so they can shoot at me, they can kill me. But we're going to be doing this so that they can break my shield and then I can get it back using the shield gating method. Right, already shield broken, roll, cast an ability. Now we have our shield back. Now we can take another hit. Now we cast another ability and another, and that's still not working, and now I'm dead. But that's the idea, is you lose your shields, you cast an ability, and then you get your shields back. Now, when it comes to exalted weapons, this is an important note, because there's two types of exalted weapons in the game. We have normal exalted weapons, which you can cast and pull out, like the Neutralizer, Valkyr's Claws, why can't I remember any right now? Excalibur's Exalted Blade, these kinds of things, right? Any weapon that you pull out, you pull it out. That initial cast of you pulling the weapon out will give you shield capacity, in my case, it'll give me 3 overshields, which is not very much. Definitely not going to save me in the event of my shield breaking. And as I use the weapon, it will not build any shields, regardless of how much energy it costs to shoot my sniper, or use the claws, or whatever weapon you have. But if it is a previous pseudo-exalted weapon, so in the case of Gara, Korra, or Atlas, you can then turn around and spam that ability as much as you want, because it doesn't matter. It still counts as being used as a normal ability. So those are fine. Those are really easy to shield gate off of, and in fact, it makes Korra one of the more powerful shield gating warframes because of the fact that you're going to be spamming your whip claw so much. But that is going to be all for me for today, folks. That is shield gating. I do hope that hopefully some of you can use this in the future. It is a bit more of an involved kind of playstyle. You do have to be really active in what you're doing, and you do have to pay very close attention to what's going on around you. But it is absolutely viable in 99.9% of situations, as long as you have a shield that you can bank off of to break and give you that invulnerability moment, cast an ability, get your shields back, and then go back out and fight. I hope this helps, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below, leave a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me in the future. And don't forget to hit that notification button, as my upload schedule can be debatable at the best of times. That's going to be all from me today, folks. Deadshot, over and out.